And I be on mute half the time. Okay, okay. All right. So I want to welcome everybody once again. And I got one more line I need to get on. Right, here we go. Okay, trying to be as I'm going, be live everywhere, right? Okay, so thank you guys again for those who registered. I want to thank you guys for joining in. If you have registered online and you're wondering, where am I at? Please make sure you hit that link that came to your phone or your email so you can join in and be in the room with us. Okay. Um, One thing that we are wanting to focus in on today is how to secure hair loss services. This is a very, very prominent topic that I get from a lot of my mentees and professionals that I work with, students that I work with, or just even just hair professionals in general. So for those who have been following us since about July, we've been doing trainings for the past 2 weeks about ways to really build your hair loss business. And of course, we did all of this, guys, because we are actually leading up to our in-person event that we actually had to move down, but it is happening this weekend. But you guys know I'm big on wanting to pour into you guys and making sure that you could take some of these. Some of you guys already have been trained. Some of you guys are currently working in your business and you might just be stuck. So I want to make sure that we provide that platform where you guys can come to us and just learn. Let's learn what we need to do to build a business. And I'll learn from you guys as well. All right. So, like I say, for those who don't know me, I am your lucrative insurance strategist, Amber McCray. I'm the founder and CEO of Seamless Academy. Okay. I am the owner of Healthy Hair Solutions Corp. So that is my actual hair loss business. But I do have a curriculum that I have put together for you guys called Seamless Academy that actually specializes in helping beauty professionals maximize their profits in the hair loss industry. And the way to do that is we actually focus more on what you guys actually already specialize in. You're already a hair loss professional. Okay. And so today, many of the struggles that I hear that you guys may be experiencing is, yes, you are in the hair loss industry. Yes, you are a trichologist. Yes, you are a non-surgical hair replacement. Yes, you're a hair loss practitioner, but you may be having a little struggle with getting new clients in your chair. Okay. And if that is the case, this is the training that you want to be in on today. All right. I got one of the wrong captions up here. Oh, well, I'll leave that up there. It's fine. Okay. So, yeah. We're going to leave that up there. Okay. So, anyway. All right. So, before I get going, I know if some of y'all had put a few questions in the chat already. So, you had mentioned that there's some grants to help with startup funding for medical facilities. We actually had a good replay on that, but yes, there are grants available for that. We had an interview with Judith Fletcher about some grants that are available. I don't have there's the startup business grants. That's not my area of special expertise, but I can help get you that link to show you how to do that. So if you message me directly, Valencia, we'll make sure we get a link that you can see about that. I know that one of Mrs. Johanna said that she's working on closing. Once I get the construction in. However, with these last few clients, they're not closing is a challenge. That is a big one. Now, guys, I know for our in-person class, we are doing that, and I'm gonna give you guys a spill on that as well today on how to get those clients to close. Like, yes, you get those clients in the chair. Yes, we may get them in for a consultation, but what is it that we got to do to get them to close and lock in? All right. And then another one says, for the last 7 months, we've been closing on consults, and that's been challenging. All right. And guys, if y'all who tune in, I'm just trying to get an idea of what my people need to hear today. All right. My client says she has VA for a wig, and all she has to do is let them know how much she will be reimbursed the money back. So we have covered this, but I'm making sure I just wrote her receipt up. Okay. All right. So that's a good one. That means you're already at the progress point. The VA usually will pay you, though. I'm surprised they're about to pay her. But at the end, we'll let you open up the speaker so make sure I can understand that. Because like I said, the payment's supposed to come to you. And then, oh yeah, definitely, because in order to take classes, get more touring, we need income. Yes. All right, so y'all all on it today when your minds are in the right place, okay? So, all right, so today, what we want to talk about is, first of all, what is hair loss services? I'm always talking about hair loss and, get this service covered. Y'all see me, I'll post Yeah, I got $3,500 for this hair loss service. I got $4,000 for this hair loss service. We closed a client for $7,500. What are these different hair loss services I'm talking about? So there are categories, guys. There are categories that we deal with. One is we have trichology services, which is in hair restoration, okay, and we also have non-surgical hair replacement, and these are your categories of hair loss services. All right. Um, to be able to offer these services, we do encourage you guys. Well, not encourage you guys, but you need training. I ain't gonna say it. It's highly, highly recommended that you take training, guys, because what happens is get into these court. You start getting these clients in, and they'll ask you all. You'll just be surprised with people what type of things they're dealing with and what clients are experiencing. And we don't need to do them an injustice and not know what we're talking about when we're doing this. Okay, so we want to make sure that you guys know that if you are in the industry of hair loss, you want to get some type of training. There are different types of training available. So if you want to do, maybe you're not ready to be a full trichologist, right? Maybe you're just like, hey, you know what? I want to just see, and I had some hair restoration clients. I had some clients dealing with some hair loss in my chair. I want to kind of get like a introductory specialty to get into to help them out. Guys, you can go into hair loss practitioner. Okay, hair loss practitioner is a course that ranges. You see some people doing it for a day or two, all the way up to like 6 weeks. And in this type of course, guys, this will allow you guys to be able to offer hair restoration plans of some sort. You can actually be familiar with the different types of alopecia that is out there. You'll also be able to give you'll know how to do a proper consultation. In fact, let's make sure you know when you get in with any of these classes, guys, you need to make sure that in these classes, they are teaching you how to do a consultation for your clients. They also need to tell you how to put together some type of system to help your client get the results they're looking for. All right. So for a hair loss practitioner, that's one of those things. You need to make sure that you are giving a flow of treatments that can be done. A lot of times you learn how to do like a scalp detox or scalp exfoliation. Okay. And that'll help make sure that a client has a very healthy scalp. And then if you go into one step further, you may want to tap into supplementation to help your clients be able to get the right supplements they need. Or you may tap into, they might be a certain shampoo line that you use that really helps, like give, not just shampoo, but a product line that helps with restoring your client's hair. So together, you can use these different systems, have a little protocol put together so you'll know how to actually price that item. And we're going to get in pricing in just a minute. Not necessarily specific pricing, but know how to price this stuff, okay? The next step will be trichology. Trichology, like I said, similar thing. In trichology, it's a more extensive class. Usually lasts from anywhere from about 15 months, 8 to 18 months. And you're learning the in-depthness of how to truly deal with the root issues of people's scalp, hair and scalp disorders. Okay. You're going to really be diving deeper into that. You still be able to look at evaluate people's lab work. You're able to, people do blood testing to see what type of blood type you're on. There's people who actually go to, you get to use the scope. Both of them use the scope so you can kind of look at the client's scalp, get an idea of what type of hair loss they're dealing with. And these are just the basics, guys. But once again, you learn how to basically put together an in-depth consultation so you can come up with a program or a system or a protocol for your clients to follow you. And they'll be able to follow what you're talking about and actually be able to move forth with a plan. Okay. Now, y'all keep this. I'll keep saying plans and protocols. I'm saying this, guys, because I'm saying this, guys, because you're going to actually need this information when you are looking to come up with these pricing plans. All right. And when you know what you're actually able to deliver to your client, you'll be able to speak to those pain points for those clients because you can tell them, hey, this is what I'm going to do to get your hair back. Okay. And then you also have non-surgical hair replacement. Now, non-surgical hair replacement is a little bit more, it's less extraneous as far as like getting into the root cause of their hair loss, but you do need to be aware of what type of hair loss they're dealing with. And then because you don't want to this is when you're dealing more with the medical units. Get a medical wig, a medical unit, and you're going to actually cover this person's area of hair loss. Okay. For the trichologist in me still wants the client I still want to be aware of what the alopecia they're dealing with because I don't want to add to their alopecia or their hair loss. And I also don't want to, I also want to make sure that it's like it's custom fitted to what they have going on. If it's a case that the person may be able to get their hair growing back, maybe I'm just doing this cover up temporarily until we get the hair growing back. So there's just different things. Just know your area, know what you're trying to do, know what you're trying to specialize in. So those are the different specializations you can get in hair loss. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, now we could talk about how do we get these clients in our chair. So now you went through this schooling, you got your certifications. Now what? All right. What can you do to get yourself out there? Many of you done this step already. Maybe you've done a grand opening. Okay. Maybe you've done a open house, making sure you get your clients out there. Sometimes you guys will change buildings, or you may change the title of your business so you can attract what you're trying to get. But let's just say you don't have none of that set up. Let's just say, like, you know what? I need to just get this money. If you were like me, I got my certification. I didn't have all that stuff. Greetings. Thanks for joining. I didn't have all my stuff. I was in a suite, and I knew I jumped back. But actually, when I first got my first certification, which was non-surgical hair replacement, I was in a barbershop. Okay. And I didn't have an issue being a barbershop, but guys, it was a very open concept. And I was like, man, I couldn't just jump into a new building because I didn't have the money for that. Okay. So what did I have to do? So guys, I really had to go into consultation mode, learn how to get my consultation down pat. And because it was non-surgical hair replacement, my consultation consisted of me having my client come sit in my chair. I attract my new clients. I actually did do I do an open house at the barbershop? I didn't. I think I definitely depended more on my social media at first. And I worked with the list of clients I already had. Because the reason why I even went to this training, y'all, is because I already had clients that needed this. All right. So first I went through my clientele list and I reached out. I did like a mass message. We had these different booking services and websites that we use. At the time I was using Gloss Genius. Was I using Gloss Genius? No, I had a calendar at the time. Because this is before I got with the app. I had a calendar book. I text my clients, let them know that, or I communicate with them that I got this new certification. And the ones who I thought qualified, guys, I honestly just kind of talk to them about it because you already have that relationship with them. But, we're in 2024 now. We don't have to do things archaically. So for those who if you have a booking app, if you use a Square, if you have a booking service that you use, this is your opportunity to send out an announcement to the clients you already have and let them know that you are now introducing this new service. Okay. And maybe you can do like do an introductory rate for consultations. Okay. When you get that consultation down, it's easier to try it on people that you already have a relationship with. They already have a trust with you. So that'll help you get your craft down. So when you start offering it online, you already know how to lock those people in. So start with your own contacts, your own clients you already have. Even if they've been getting weave, my people, I was known for sew-ins, I was known for braids, I was known for weaves, any of that. And I was tired of doing it that way because I was not helping my clients. Okay. So what I did is I'm like, you know what? Let me get this client in. Let me work on the clients I already have. Let me use the clients that I knew that got me wanting to do it. And for those of you who've been following me for a long time, I'll let you guys know my first client that I used hair replacement on was my cousin. Okay. A cousin that raised me. Okay. She knew me from a little one. So don't feel like, oh yeah, my clients are not going to receive me because they know me for this other service. She knew me for that other service. What we used to do on her was we used to do a style where we braided the hair up in the back. Okay. You braid the hair up in the back and we would pin it round in the front and do some things with it. Okay. And it was something that for a braided updo back in the day, I was only charging like $65. But because she had a hair loss concern, I'm doing $65 for something that's taking like 4 hours to do because of the situation we're dealing with. And I want you guys to get out of that mindset of, you got to know when it's time to transition your client to something else. If I know I'm charging $65, like I said, this was back in like the early 2012, 2015 time period. If you already know that's a service that you're doing it, the price that you put on that service, I'll use a sewing, for example. Let's say sewing is what, $150. You know that sewing is going to take you 2.5 hours. If it's something that's going to take you more than 2.5 hours because you got to add this certain net or this certain extra device to make this person's hair look more fuller, now you got to get your mind out of that and be like, okay, this person needs another type of service, or you're specializing that service now. Like, okay, well, you have sew-ins, then you have sew-ins for hair loss clients. Okay. And I know some of us will be like, they're dealing with hair loss. You don't want to charge them more because it's something they can't help. And that's when insurance came into play. That's when And that's how I presented it towards my cousin. I was like, hey, cuz, I know we be doing these nice quick weaves. I know we be doing these sewings. I know we do these braid services, but I got something that's gonna take us less time, and I could possibly get your insurance to cover it. Okay, got her. She was my first insurance claim, and I was able to put that unit on her head. I mean, I was able to get her a unit. She helped me I was able to experiment with it because, like I said, that's what I was doing. I was experimenting because I had not really, nobody had taught me how to do insurance, guys. I kept trying to find out ways to do it, but I really had to learn it on my own. So, I called and communicate with insurance companies. And y'all are lucky, y'all ain't got to go through all that. But I was calling insurance companies. I got denied a few times, but eventually we got that money in so I could buy her a unit. All right, now that I have this person that I locked into, I got me some before and after pictures. I got her a unit. I practiced my craft on her. I did her little makeup photo shoot. I got a free model. And I put it, but she like I said, she like the insurance paid for part of it. And guys, once I got her locked in on it, after insurance wasn't covering anymore, she just moved to my other financing options that I had. She was the one that used I used like Cherry, because I think she did have like a lifetime amount. We used Cherry next time. Before then she was on a payment plan, but then eventually things like Cherry came out, Care Credit was a thing. And she was able to use other payment options because once you get them loving the service, they realize their scalp is not itching no more. They have a more natural blend. I was able to use an adhesive where if she was sweating and having hot flashes, she didn't have to worry about the hair lifting. And that was the sale. Okay. So find you somebody that you can first off really trust your results. And now you have some marketing material. So now that we got some marketing material, guys, we want to get it out there to social media. Social media is going to be your best friend to get your clients out there, get your clients in your chair so you can get them in for consultations. I believe, at some point I was struggling with consultations in the beginning. So what I want to do is what I learned when I got into a hair loss practitioner course, I learned to offer something for free. Okay. So you want to get your client in. Let's say you don't have any before and afters right now. Offer something for free. Offer them a free discovery call or a free hair loss call. That was what I learned in my course. Okay, you got that free discovery call, and the free discovery call allows you time to have like a discussion to bring them into a consultation. I used to use the discovery call, and I was taught to use the discovery call to sell myself. But then I learned from sales training, no, don't use that time to sell yourself. Use that time to tell your client what you're going to be able to do for them. So for those who are in my classes and things, I actually share like a script, but a script for me would be, let's say I put out a before and after online, or I put a picture of a unit that I bought online. I'm like, hey, you know what? We help clients get hair loss services. I mean, are you dealing with hair loss? How would I say it? Are you dealing with hair loss? Let us help you. Schedule a free consultation call at the link below, or message me, send me a DM, a direct message, so I can send you a link for a free discovery call. Because sometimes hair loss clients are a little bit more reserved, guys. They may not get on your comments, but I ain't gonna lie, I put it out there all the time. People, they get on the comments if that's what they want. So I use that discovery call. The discovery call is like a link. You can use, I'm gonna type it in the chat. You can use services like Calendly. I'm putting it in the chat.com. And you can use it, get it. Oh, I'm sorry. Autocorrect messed me up. Calendly. Come on, autocorrect. Calendly.com is a link that you guys can set up for free, and you could put down certain questions. And for those who are live, Calendly is CALENDLY.com. You can go on Calendly and set up like a small little 15-minute call, and you can ask questions like, how long have you been dealing with hair loss? That gives people a chance to actually, kind of have their little rant, but keep it within the 15 minutes. How long have you been dealing with hair loss? Are you on? I usually ask them, have you been taking any medications? Have you tried any treatments? Because it's kind of helping me see where my client's mind is at. Like, are they really serious about this, or, some people just want to talk about it. Like, hey, I got hair loss, got this going on, but they haven't done anything or not willing to pay for anything right now. Okay, so even for those, we got something for them too. But then one thing that I try to do to see kind of like a sales point, like, are you willing? You can kind of put like a question, say like, are you willing, or like how soon are you ready to get this service? How soon are you ready to get this service completed? And I usually have some options, but you can kind of word it like this, like, how urgent are you about getting your hair loss helped, or or getting help with this matter? Those are things that you can do, put on that questionnaire. Only like about 4 questions. Have a discovery call, and after you have this call, guys, that's when you tell them, well, you know what, my business, we can help you with that. And now you're making your client feel like, you know what, I've heard her, she hears me, my eyes are open to hearing what she can do. And I actually go through the process of what I plan on doing. First thing I got to do is, we talked about this discovery call. I see that you're a candidate that can help us out. Now let's move forward with actually getting you in for an in-person consultation. Because in person, I need to be able to see your scalp. A lot of clients, y'all, they go into the doctors. The doctor's not looking at their scalp. The doctors are not touching their head. They don't even tell them to take their wigs off. So, I need to have you come in person so I can actually take some photos of your scalp, see what type of inflammation you might be dealing with around that follicle. And I go through what I do in the consultation. I'm going to evaluate your lab. I'm gonna get you to bring in some lab work for me. I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to you after they secure some type of deposit. But I say, we evaluate your lab work. We look at your pH. Like I said, if you're the person that does blood testing, you can say that you do blood testing. We're going to do a scalp analysis. We're going to do an in-depth questionnaire to get some of your medical history. And then, and from there, we'll be able to come up with a plan to help you restore your hair. So guys, you're already working on that sales tactic, on that closing now, because you already done told them all the steps. You've done step 1, which is your discovery call. Step 2 is we got to get you in person. And step 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you step 3. Once I get you in person, we're going to have a plan put together that will help you get your hair to grow back. Or if it's a person that's getting hair replacement, we're gonna figure out what unit would be nice fit for you, and I'll be able to speak to my vendor and see get a pricing point for you, because people want to know the price. Now, I don't like really putting it all secretive to the clients. Clients need to kind of have an idea. You go have that person who may say, how much does that look like? Give them a range. Don't lock yourself in anything, but just say where things start at. This could start at, on a hair restoration plan, it may start as soon as 4 months. It may take, I'm working with you a minimum 4 months. It is going to be customized to you, but it'll be starting at this amount. Now if you're not ready to put that out at night, I'm at the point where I know I'm gonna say the price and I'm standing on it because I'm confident in what I'm doing. But if you're not feeling like you're confident about that, don't feel like, you have to tell them a price. Just tell them, prices vary because I have to see what's going to be best for you. Okay. So you get them on into that chair. All right. And we get them into the chair and do that consultation. If you are a person that's accepting insurance, if you are a person who's accepting Care Credit, if you're accepting Cherry, or if you have an HSA accounts and things like that, go ahead and, I know the biggest thing I like to do is go ahead and know what their patient eligibility is before they come. Okay, because when they come in, by the time they come in, I'm ready to go ahead and I've done this consultation. I already know what I need to do for you. Whether it's me buying a unit or it's me putting you onto a plan, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, like, hey, this is our pricing. Well, I'm gonna say on hair restoration, usually kind of know that day, like if this person needs 4 months to a year. Okay. If you already would do that, like how I start presenting things, guys, and where I work on, instead of just kind of stamping them with that price, I'll go ahead and say, like, let's say hair rest a 4 month plan is we looking at $4,000. Like, hey, we see what's going on with your hair. I know I'm gonna need at least 4 months to get things going, to start getting some growth back in for you. Okay. Your consultation is already going to be credited towards your service. So you already have started by making this first step and get your consultation. But after that, we want you to see, guys, how to actually, well, no, I'll go ahead and give them that credit. I'll let them know, like, your insurance covered this amount. Well, no, I'll go ahead and, before I get to the insurance, or the cost of the plan after the credit from your consultation, we're looking at about $3,500 for 4 months. All right. Um, kind of pause, just pause, see what they're gonna say. If they're looking at other payment options, that'll be your opportunity to say, like, we did check your patient eligibility. We showed that your insurance covers this amount, but if you want to go ahead and get started today, we can just start with it, move forward with a actual deposit, so we can get you going today. And when insurance pays, whatever insurance pays, we'll actually credit that towards your bill. So go ahead and get the payment, guys, because if you waiting on insurance, that gives person time to go home, forget about it, not even they don't have time to really um you won't have time to actually get back to that client then. That gives them time to go ahead and go home and think of something else. You want to go ahead and lock them in then. And then also sometimes they'll be like, oh man, I gotta think about it. And I let them know we also have other financing options as well. Whether that's Care Credit, whether that's Cherry, you can go ahead and do the pre-approval odds. We can get you pre-approved today because that actually make that payment. Um, we could do payment plans, but that'll make it where you have a longer time period of time to make your payments. Because it's almost like Afterpay, they pay a lower amount. But when you're working with them, of course you can't have them paying you on an in-house payment plan for 4 months, beyond the 4 months, because now you could end up losing out on money because the person can leave, or you can't keep track of them or things like that. So those other options are there because they'll make sure they give you that money up front. All right, so that's the biggest thing, guys. You want to get these people, get them locked into your chair, but just give them, make it more digestible. If your plans are $10,000, let them see that in that plan, you've already told them what all would be considered. I would tell them, like, present to them, the first 90 days we'll do blah, 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 blah. The second 90 days, like a lot of times with the first 90 days, we detox in the body. So that first 90 days, we're working on detoxing the body, getting the body right. The next 90 days, we're gonna kind of work on putting you on more on the maintenance type flow. We're gonna make sure you have all your supplementation. We're gonna make sure that you have all your if you're working with any nutritional information, we're gonna make sure that you include these amount of appointments. If you include styling, if you include a wig, whatever the case may be, package your stuff where you can really sell yourself. So after you explain all of that, dropping the price, they kind of be like, you know what, I get it. You know, I know me, I've even went to the extreme of naming how much that is a day. Like, oh, that's really about $3 a day if you divide your plan up. Okay. So my treatments vary. I got a quote Ms. Leela. She said, how your treatments, they asked, how long are your treatments? My treatments vary for what the client needs. My client may need 4 months. I'm only now 4 months, guys. I'm only offering 4 months if the person has, like, maybe their edges are thin. Or they still have hair throughout, but their hair might be a little thin. If they have a bald spot, I'm doing 9 months to 12 months. If it's a bald spot, because you have to give your body yourself time. And what you can tell them too is you have to think that you have it in their history. Use the things that you just consulted with them to get to back on them. Okay, you said your hair loss started back in 2010. I'm trying to take what we in 14 years of hair loss and get it back within 12 months. It's a psychological thing. And I do encourage you guys, like, we do I teach some sales training in my courses that we do, but that's the idea of it, guys. We give you guys some tips and some pointers to be able to talk to your clients. But the biggest thing is it's not so much that they're depending on the insurance. They just depending on, make it where it's something that they can actually is applicable for them to do. Yes, insurance can help. If insurance helps, hey, you've already made some type of deposit. They've already started some type of commitment. Now when the insurance comes back, you can either apply it to the remaining balance, or you can apply it to the remaining balance. To say, oh, you know what? We do accept insurance. Now you got to wait till you get the insurance feedback back. Don't do that. Insurance company, call them, tell them they can use the code A9282, see what type of coverage they already have, and give them a receipt. And they need to, give them the steps on how to actually go get reimbursement back from their doctor. But I only will do that if the client has paid for a consultation. This person is at the consultation, okay? And you're giving them the steps to, and we provide templates and make sure that the person has that prescription, make sure that they have a receipt from you, make sure the items are on the receipt that they need, and they can go to the insurance company and make them do their own claim. But people who are very serious, if you go ahead and let them know, I know I can get your hair back if you follow these steps, most people can go ahead and take that. It's very, very, very rare that they're going to turn that down. So sell what it is that how you're going to help your client, and don't focus on so much like, oh, okay, if I can't get no insurance, because if you lead with saying I need insurance or some type of payment plan, they gonna lead with that too. But think about it, they've already come to you. You already been working on them since you've been online. They send you online. They send you posting things. They send you marketing yourself. They send you that you get results. Then you come in, you're telling them you telling them way more information than any doctor or medical professional has ever given them about their health and their wellness. Now I'm telling you that if we follow these steps, this is what we're going to see within the first 90 days. You're going to see hair coming in. Now, granted, don't do any guarantees, but you already know just from it takes 90 days for levels to change in people's body. And if you're giving them the things that they need for their levels to change, that's what's going to happen. So I will encourage you guys to make sure that you have that confidence that you need to say what you said, and just talk about what you know that you can talk about. You don't have to be all that deep, because consumers are not as deep as we are as business owners. Okay. All right. So do you guys have any particular questions for me when it comes to securing those hair loss services? And I know the person who's asking about, I saw it says Zoom user, but the person that was asking about that VA for their client, um, if you need to unmute yourself, you can ask that question as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, the VA covers things too. So if you happen to get even the client that's a veteran, they come in, veterans don't always know that the VA will pay for their hair loss services. That's your opportunity to be like, okay, I noticed that you're a veteran. You're going to find that out in the consultation. Um, that's what I needed, the confidence. Yep, that's all. The confidence. Y'all have that confidence. You know what you know. And clients can throw you off because they know a little bit sometimes, and then they'll come ask you questions, then we feel nervous. If you're not with an insurance company, we don't know what we don't know. You're not with an insurance company, but hey, I'm not with that insurance company, but I can make sure that, and you don't even have to tell them that, because they don't really know how you're going to get insurance to cover their stuff. You're just going to let them know, like, hey, you know what? If you want to see what insurance will do, here's a script that you can call the insurance company and see what they'll cover. And I'll make sure I get you the receipt that you need to present to them. That's it. There's no back and forth. There's no, oh, well, let me see. Because like I said, if you're waiting to get in with the insurance company right when the client is coming to you, it's not enough time. Because then you're going to make the client wait 90 days until you get into the network. So don't do that to yourself. You got the person in your chair, get them in then. And then when you get some more clients and you're already with the insurance company, you're good. Yes, ma'am. I hear you. Go ahead. Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yes. Exactly. Talking about if you get a unit. Hold on, just a minute. I'm about to connect this a different way. Hold on, let me take this earpiece out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'll start put on speaker. All right, so you were saying, okay, so she's wanted, so first she's already, so this is a different client. The client is basically trying to get just trying to see what insurance is going to cover first. Is what you're saying?
The first one, well, she told me she can get her money from VA. I don't have to do. She just tell them how much it is, and they'll reimburse her for the money.
I'm just not. So you're not listed with a vendor with them?
What's that?
Are you listed as a vendor with the VA?
I'm not yet. That's what I was wondering.
I would use that as the opportunity to get listed with the VA, because now I don't know how she's trying to get reimbursement back. All I can say is she might be going through her. So at VA, the Veteran Affairs Hospital does have insurance, but that's Champ VA. When I tell you guys to get on with the VA, I'm not telling y'all to go through insurance. I'm telling you guys to get in with the prosthetics department. So I don't see, which state you in?
South Carolina.
South Carolina? Yeah, you go to the VA. You get the vendor would pay. They would pay you as a vendor. I don't know what reimbursement should be. I'm with South Carolina. No. You need to get in contact with the prosthetics department and let them know that you have a veteran that is looking to get a prosthetic coverage with you. And I'm gonna let you know they kind of keeping it at $1,500, which ain't bad. I just know VA usually pay way more than that, but I know for a fact because I done went back and forth with them. Their max, because you're right. Is it Columbia, South Carolina VA?
Yes, that's correct.
Go straight through the prosthetics department and let's let them know you got a VA. You can call the VA phone number and ask them to speak to prosthetics and let them know, like, hey, I'm a vendor interested in. It's not always that easy, y'all. I just know for this one she can do that. But you can call them and just let them know I do have a veteran who is looking to get services, and they actually would send you a quote. They would send you a form asking for a quote, and I know you can max you can ask for is that right now, and then they'll send the payment to you.
So I need to give them her information for her name and stuff.
Not really. She's gonna have to do her footwork and she's gonna go to her primary doctor there, and they're gonna ask for her to give her a she's gonna have to put a consult in to get a prosthetics piece from her. She's gonna get a consult. So okay, so with doctors we have them get prescriptions. With the VA we have them get a consult at the VA to go to prosthetics.
Yeah, so it's a consult with the VA.
A consult, yeah, not a prescription, yeah. So they'll get a consult, and the consult will be sent to the prosthetics department. But that's a good example. You see, I was saying sometimes consumers they be doing what they be knowing, but it be, you know what I'm saying? And it be like, that's not even how that work. Yeah, I don't know how she was gonna get it. They wasn't gonna read.
Yeah, it's a lot.
If they reimbursing her, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've reimbursed. I've even had it in another state. Go ahead. Yeah, the only reimbursement they've ever gotten is if I decided that, maybe they paid me out of pocket up front and I reimbursed them back. I even had a veteran in another VA near Atlanta that, they kind of owed her they basically had been denying her to get coverage because they had some other stuff going on. And they actually, I encouraged the client to get reimbursement directly from the prosthetics department, but they couldn't really do that. They kind of had to send it through me to give to her. Like that's what I was like, I've never seen them because they send you a credit card number. A consumer can't reimburse no credit card. They can't, yeah, they don't have a merchant machine to to process the credit card number.
Right.
So yeah, so she probably would have been up there fighting, but I know from my client that was fighting, they ain't do it. I actually encourage her to fight like, yeah, let them send that to you because I don't really want to run all that because we still have fees we have to pay. And I ended up having to kind of take the fees off. Like, it was wild. So yeah. But no, definitely get in contact with that VA and get in as a vendor. And that is a way to, and she'll get it, she can get reimbursed every year. And they'll tell you the rules for their VA. Like I said, they do kind of, don't let them talk you to, they'll try to make it required to like do so many treatments on the client and stuff like that. If they gonna make you do that, you just stand on what you know. That amount is only gonna cover her getting a unit and installing it. And what's happening is people are lowballing themselves down there and quoting way, they're giving quotes for way less. And so they feel like they're doing a favor because they're like, oh, well, people are asking for less than that. So we're not going up. But you got VAs here, Augusta gonna do higher. They do, is way more. It's 3 times more in other surrounding areas. But if we as beauty professionals are lowballing it, they gonna lowball it too because it's a budget thing for them.
Okay. So 3 times more the unit.
Than the unit, yep. Well, no, but I'm just saying they charge 3 times. They pay out 3 times more than what Columbia paying. But yeah, whatever unit you buy is 3 times the amount. But like I said, when it comes to the VAs or these insurance companies, you already know what the max is they're going to cover. So just make sure you get something within the budget that they're going to cover. And I tell people that because that can go on either side. Don't get a unit that's more than the amount they're gonna give, but also don't give a client a unit that's so not cost worthy, because I've seen that a lot too. People are giving veterans and other clients units that are not the amount that we know the VA and stuff is paying out.
Oh, you said they give them units that are not.
Yeah, the quality is not like if the unit, and like I said, I don't like to put too much. I know I'm on live over here. I don't like to put the prices out too much because, like I said, they really don't let veterans know because it does vary from question to question. It does vary from person to person. But you do want to make sure that you just give the right quality. If they give you some thousands, make sure you get them a unit that's worth some thousands.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, 2 more questions over here. I saw Johanna, I did see your hand raised first. You can go ahead.
How you doing today, Amber, and everyone else?
How you doing, girl?
I'm good. So I get the consults in all the time. And then now I'm working on a few of them for closing. Right. My one thing that I have a question with you, because we do have our supplements that we match up after we go over, do our downtime, discovery, research, and all that stuff.
Exactly.
With that bio reading, I had a couple of clients that actually wanted that reading.
Yep.
So how do you go about, because that's not the product that we, or the supplements, the company that we are working with as far as matching them up.
Right.
So do you hand that over to them, or, send it over to them as well?
I do give it to them. And if they work with you on a plan, they work with the supplements that you get. Like, you just let them know, like, the supplements I'm going to use is going to be different than what you see.
That's what I do. I say that, and I do match up with, I go back in and I match up with the supplements that we use. So I just want to make sure, because I don't want to be, I'm not hiding anything from them, because I know my worth, I know my confidence. And so I let them know this is what, was brought up. This is what's read. I don't hide anything from you. However, the supplements that I utilize, and then I go into that and why I utilize that, the understanding that I have with that. So I just want to see if that, am I doing too much?
No. I think that's you telling yourself as, this is what I know you're gonna get. This is the results I know you're gonna get because I know what I work.
Okay.
And that's really good. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
And a lot of times that's kind of your sale point too. Is like, okay, they see this write up. They see that, like, hey, I'm about to give you something that's going to absorb way better, and it helps you get faster results because I have a short time period to get you the results that you need.
And I have my slides going as I'm in that consultation. I have my confirmation.
Yeah.
Previous clients, so I'm sliding those pictures, those before and afters, letting them know that this is the real deal, pretty much, type of thing. Okay, I just want, because I was wondering if that's why, maybe I'm not getting to closing, because and gave too much information, but I'm just wondering, I'm not going to hide anything. And if you're going to do it, we're going to do it, you know?
Yeah, that's it. And sometimes we just kind of run through a batch of clients. Sometimes we have these little spells where people just not in the buying mode. Like I know for me, my summertime typically seems to be slow. You know, I might get somebody, might not be serious, but when they ready, especially like right now, y'all, this is the time, even though it's Christmas time, you're thinking the holidays, people be wanting to spend their money and they're ready to start working on their, getting their hair growing back, for the new year, you know, so even promote yourself that way. Like, hey, I'm looking to bring wellness to, 5 clients before the end of the year, you know, or start your wellness journey. If you promote yourself like that, or kind of even pushing that with you doing supplements in your client, with your consultations, people want better health. Sometime I'm gonna get your hair back in. I want some better health. You're locked in. So yeah.
I see someone in the chat. Can I answer that to them? It looks like she's in California with me.
Go ahead, Leela. Yeah.
She's asking how she doesn't have any
before and after pics.
Before and after. What I did there when we first, you and I were during class together, Amber, when I came back after doing that, the first practitioners,
right?
Of course, one of my clients, I pretty much did what you did. I utilized her, and then she's like the main client that I show a lot now. And I utilized her because she was more severe than any others. So she's one that that was 4 years ago, 3 years, something like that. But I utilized her dressing up. I'm sorry, I'm not sure of the young lady's name, but I utilized that client, and someone referred her, we have a mutual friend, and she the one that sent her to me. What I did was had her pay for her consultations. She was my very first one. I had her pay for her consultation. It was way lesser than where I am right now for the pricing. And then I had her pay for her supplements. What I did is I did some treatments for her out of my own, just so that I can utilize her to show what I wanted as far as what I'm doing now. And like I said, she's a severe client. She was a severe client to where her main picture is what's getting clients in.
Wow.
So I did it like that. I did have to, I guess, sacrifice as far as giving a couple of services free, only because I needed that client to show my work, and so that she's one of the first ones that I slide in the consultation and to show the results. And her pictures are up in my clinic as well. So
I like that. Yep, having pictures in your clinic as well. Ms. Leela, before I had a before and after, like I said, you could show products that you use, or show an example of a treatment that you would use. Like if you have different tools that you might use, like you had a high frequency comb. I remember one time I just showed a high frequency to comb, or I talked about I'd use supplements. I ain't even saying I put the supplements out, because there was always some little rules with that. Sometimes I just put, here are the benefits of vitamin D in your diet, and you put that on your page. So those are different things that you want to do to market yourself. Talk about the different things that go with your business and what you're actually trying to teach, or maybe break down step. Like you could do a whole I tell y'all guys how to use ChatGPT all the time. ChatGPT is a platform you can use. Say I'm a business owner. I'm struggling about getting marketing out to get hair loss clients. Can you give me 30 days of content that I can post, and I don't have before and after pictures? It will give you 30 days of information that you can go, that goes with trichology, just to get it out there. Because they need to say, when I see Leela's name, I need to know she's an expert. When I see Johanna, I know when I click on Johanna's page, she got her white coat on, I know she's an expert. And then you'll start getting those different things. You speak it into existence. And like somebody said in the chat, you sow into your business. Go ahead and do things now, and then let it start walking in. Now, as far as the max that the VA pays in California, is they cost of living is way higher over there. I've heard 6,000, but like I said, that can vary from year to year. So the biggest thing that you can say, what you can do, is go to have a veteran. The demand needs to be there. If you want the VA to talk to you, or you want these insurance companies to talk to you, have a client that you're working with. So like I said, when I was trying to if I want a veteran today, I'm going to put something. It's about to be Veterans Day, y'all, online. Come Veterans Day this month. Every one of you guys in here should need to put up something on your page. Hey, I help veterans. Hey, veterans, I may can help you. Put that may in there. I may can help you get coverage for your hair loss services. Ask me how. You know, and that'll be your veteran that you can send to the VA to request you as a vendor. Now, of course, before you go do that, y'all, you need to make sure you got a Sam's account, Dunn's number. If you guys have the book, the steps are in there on how to do that. The financial blueprint to hair loss businesses. That book is very instrumental, guys, because I'm not talking about just how to get on the insurance company. I'm talking about how to get on with any of these, like whatever financing opportunities are available for hair loss clients. We tapping into it. We know about it. We using it. We've done. Okay. So that'll be how you get it out there. And then you can make that relationship with the VA and go up there and ask them, you know, what is the budget for, you know, I have a new veteran. What is the budget that she can get? Because I want to make sure I get her a quality hairpiece. Not going up, but you know, it's sometimes just how we lead with stuff. We can't lead saying, I just need to know. Da, da, da. No, I need to know because I want to make sure I'm getting the right quality hair system that can last my client a full year. I just need to know my budget. Because that's what I was telling the other VA that I know is not paying as much. It's like, hey, well, there's certain qualities for certain prices. This is all I can offer with that, you know, but we're going to work with it because we know that's the amount they're going to give. Veterans Day, guys, y'all need to present to veterans, put it on out there like, hey, I want to help 5 veterans this month get some help with their hair loss services. If you're already a vendor, you can step with that confidence. You're not sure, you can go ahead and inquire with the VA, but I will let you know they will not really say much if you don't have somebody that you're sending up there to ask. It's kind of hard to just ask to be a vendor, and they don't. Some VAs are okay with that, but some of them not really letting you in without having a client. All right, somebody. Oh, how you doing, Mrs. Miss Shanae? Now the book has helped me in my hair loss business. Is worth every penny. I will make my return. You will make the return on your investment. Yes, in one service. Okay, and whether that's you getting an in-house payment or insurance. Don't think insurance is the only thing that's gonna get you your investment back. If you lock in a service, guys, and you're telling these people how to pay you for that service, you're gonna get your investment back on any course you've taken with hair loss. Okay, so you know, don't get stuck on that. All right, just push for it. Let me get these clients, and when I get this client in, whatever. I had a client one day. I got a client I'm working with now. We texted insurance for. We had them come in for a consultation. And to be honest, guys, I wasn't even in the mode for consultation. I wasn't even in the mode for trying to get new clients at this time, because I got a lot that I'm juggling right now. But they came in, you know, of course, I'm genuine. Anytime I'm talking to them, I already did the discovery call. She was like, look, you know, I really been dealing with my hair loss. I actually had forgot to get back with her. That's how bad it was. I kind of forgot to get back with her. Got back with her, brought her in, told her saw insurance wasn't going to cover. I already had checked. Insurance wasn't going to cover necessarily. We actually ended up covering some. The insurance, we weren't focused on that. They none of the financing work. We did charity, we did care credit. They would get denied. She's like, no, but I really want to get started, because I had already told her everything I could do to help her. We done the consultation. You know what's going on. She's an easy fix. I'm like, hey, you know, I was letting her know, hey, if you want to start back later on, you can. She's like, no, I'm about to figure this out now. And she found an HSA account. She had some money on there, and we put her on this a cash payment plan. And we got her on a restoration plan for like 4 months. Because that's really, but the type of hair loss she had, it was only going, we'll be able to get enough results for her from then to maintain, and then from there we just put her on maintenance from there. But like I said, if somebody has a bald spot, y'all, don't do just 4 months. Okay, so you definitely want to just check those things out, guys. Stand behind your work, like Johanna said. She knows results she got. When you got that person, you know you got results on. You know, and even if you didn't get that client yet, guys, you know from your peers, we telling y'all the stuff we using. So we get results, you should be able to get those results too. So, you know, I'm very transparent on, you know, what works and things that don't, you know, things that work and don't work. And even after this class, guys, I'm gonna start focusing a little bit more on helping with guys with your packages, like figuring out like what works, what system works. Because I've realized that's just the thing that, you know, we just need that confidence in our training, that confidence in our what we do and what we offer, so our clients can get what they need. So, but like I said, guys, so for those of you all who are on here, I thank you guys for joining in. As I mentioned, we've been doing this series because we want to make sure that you got interaction with each of our educators that we'll be having at our hair loss business course. So if you haven't heard me saying about it, I want to make sure that I share that flyer with you guys. Hold on, let me show it real quick. Hold on. I promise I just had this had it up. But yeah, we do have our in-person event coming up. And it is, it started out on the night, it started out for being October. But like I said, we did have a little setback with natural disaster. But guys, we're back and running up here in Augusta. So we have, I'm sorry guys, I'm blocking the screen. Here, I'm going to show you guys the flyer. So veterans, it's a little more intense, Leela. I know she's saying, so veterans only need a quote estimate. Leela, you in the group. I gave you the whole, you got the whole layout back there. We saying quote estimate, but it's really like a 1090 form type thing. And so I'm going to tag you in the post that talks about it. You need more than that, but I mean, I can't put it all out there. I mean, let me make it sound easy. And it is easy once you know what you're doing. But they do want to estimate, but they have a certain formatted form that you have to have it on. And they have to ask you for that. They have a certain form that they use to even request that from you. Yeah, it's straightforward. It's straightforward. We calling it quote estimate in the group. You're gonna see me use the real terms that the VA is asking for. That's all. But it's considered an estimate thing. Okay, yeah, I'll tag you in there too, Red. I'm trying to say, do I have you? I think I do have you in that group, Red. Yeah. I'll tag y'all in it. See it, because y'all have like the whole ebook and everything. And guys, they're in a community. I do have a Medicare professionals care community where we have like all the ebooks and trainings and these questions as detailed like this. You got the templates and everything in there on what form to use and what steps to use those forms so you can get what you need for your veterans. They even have a template in there on steps for veterans to get reimbursement. So the veterans know what they need to go do, and then we know what we got to do after they get that reimbursement. So that's the details I like to give. I don't like to sugarcoat it with you guys. Y'all know me, I'm an open book. And it's the same, and it's not just what works for my VA. I'm in 3 VAs or 4 VAs, but I work with people in VAs everywhere. And it's the same approach. So like I said, guys, we do have this in-person course coming up on November 9th through the 10th. Okay. We put together a 2-day event. First day is a business development day for those who haven't heard this spiel already. But we have a business development day where we will have half of the educators will be dealing with marketing. So for you guys who are struggling with marketing, I'm not a marketer, but I just know how to market my stuff because I've had to go through marketing courses. But we have Takara, Nicole, and Tasha Holmes, these two right here. They will actually be going into details on how to have an online presence. Tasha will be more on how to have an online presence when you're dealing with Google, when you're dealing with Facebook, when you're dealing with Instagram, and whatever platform you're going to choose. She's going to help you know what to post and how to post and how to flow with that. We have Takara as well. I love that about you. You don't gatekeep. I don't gatekeep. I really try not to gatekeep, guys. It's just certain things I just can't put out all the way. And only because, too, guys, I am on live on other stuff, too. So people got to have that. People need to go through that training. Y'all done pay for training to learn the stuff that y'all done learned. So I can't put out what y'all done learned because what y'all need to pay for training for. It's just not fair to you or your business to invest like that. So Takara also, she'll be teaching you guys how to properly set up the aesthetics that your business needs and be a hair loss business and make sure that your business is formatted correctly. So before that's all stuff you need before you even touch this insurance, touching the VA, that stuff you want to have in place. All right. Once you start accepting these payments, guys, the different types of payments, you're going to be getting some new 1099 forms. Okay. Care Credit sends me a 1099 form. Cherry sends me a 1099 form. Each insurance company I'm with sends a 1099 form. If I can't do my own taxes and do that. Okay, so we have individuals like Jasmine Ross, the IRS problem solver. She comes in and she'll help you guys know how to deal with this new entity type that your new business status. Okay, you're actually a true entrepreneur at this point. Well, we already a true entrepreneur. But let's say you decide to be an S corp. Let's say you're doing an LLC. We want you guys to be functioning in the right arena and getting all the benefits that come with being an LLC or S corp. Okay, there's certain tax breaks that we missing out on because we just have not established ourselves correctly. We'll have Ms. Judith Fletcher. She'll be the one answering your questions about grant writing. That is her specialty. And I went through her with setting up those grants. And grant writing is way more challenging than I thought. It's a certain language that you have to have, and a certain thing. Like for me, I would have loved to say, yes, I want to get some funding to open up my business, but that's not what they wanted to hear. They wanted to hear something like, okay, well, no, I want to add new staff. But I couldn't just say I want to add staff. I had to say I specialize in helping mothers, employ mothers that need to with some type. I think at the time it was like during the COVID. So I was like, I made employment that was accessible, easily accessible for mothers that can adjust to school closures and absences. Like I had to word it like that, and I would have never thought to think like that if I didn't have a grant specialist working with me. So we have her on the platform that will be teaching that. We also have Annie McCrae, who will be teaching you guys how to prepare for life insurance and emergencies. I know many of you guys got to talk to her last week, but now there can be an exit plan. You guys can have an IRA account funded by your own business. Okay. You can have a life insurance policy there for just in case something really happens to you health wise, where we cannot be behind the chair and help our clients. So we need to have those things in place. So she'll be there teaching that. We have Juno Sterling, who'll be teaching you guys about credit. So for those of you, maybe you can't get that grant right now, but maybe you need to leverage your credit so you can get the stuff that you need. She's going to help make sure that you have that credit score needed so you can get that business funding and really take off with that in your business and really truly expand. But we're not just getting loans. We're going to be expanding in things that we can pay back to. Like if I get a staff, and if I bring in a staff member, this staff member should be helping me make more money. So if I'm using credit or loans or something like that to get that, I need to see that money coming in so it's not a problem paying this loan off or paying this credit card off or having this funding for that. All right. Or maybe you need certain software. We want to do that. And then we have the non-surgical hair placement on hand, which would be myself, Kent Hunter, and Terry Brown, where we'll be going into non-surgical hair placement theory, consultation. So when we talking about these $4,000 units, we talking about, I'm really getting them a unit that's $4,000. If you get a unit that's $6,000, if the VA paying you $6,000, I can get a $6,000 unit. So we have vendors. Want to make sure y'all have the vendors that you can do that with. Understand the different materials and hair textures available for that. And we also want to make sure that you know how to apply these units. What type of adhesives? We got units that are adhesive free, and we got units that people need something that's going to attach to their hair, to their existing hair without it causing any, or to their head without causing any additional damage. And there's certain different sensitivities that these clients have. So all three of us together are going to make sure you have that. And Terry is really bomb about teaching repairs and customization that you can do in-house on cranial prosthesis. Not just a wig. This is not a wig making class. This is customizing cranial prosthesis, which helps it where you don't have to wait 2 months for a cranial prosthesis to come in. You can go ahead and get a stock unit and do your own customization and have it done in like 2 weeks. And Kent, like I said, he'll be coming in on the barbering side to teach you guys how to, for your barbering clients who might just want those low fades, men and women can apply this. All right. So does anybody have any questions about that? Oh, here we go. Oh, Angelique, you are in there. Yes, you are in that group. No, Angelique, no, I don't think you're in that group. It's called Med Hair Professionals Group. Let me just put my whole link tree in here. Yes, that class is in person, guys. We will be having that this Saturday. For you guys who like the course is a $14.97 course, but you could press Shop Pay, and Shop Pay. So basically, you go in the Shopify store, you press Shop Pay, and Shop Pay will allow you to break those payments up over a 12-month period. So you're looking at like a little over $100 a month. Some of them do 18-month periods. It just depends. So we want you guys to make sure that you tap into this. Hold on. I'm gonna just put my whole link all together down there. And for those who are online, if you type ready in the chat, or type event in the chat, it will send you a link to this course, or you can message me to make sure you get that link as well. Because sometimes it's gonna be glitchy. /Amber McCrae. But I thank you guys for jumping on. Thank you, Johanna. We'll talk with you soon. There is the link right there, guys. If you want to get on, like I said, this is kind of like we're on that last week. I kind of need to know that if you're going to be one that's going to be the registering now, we want to make sure that you guys are tapping in like today, because you got to make sure your kids are here on time. All right. So if this is something that you want to get in with, you will get your return on your investment in one service, because we're going to make sure that you have that information. All right. So if y'all look at that link, I lost master course. I always type it in wrong, but that first link I sent you will definitely take you to where you need to go. All right. Oh, okay, I typed it in right the first time. Okay, cool. So the links are in the chat. Click Shop Pay. Get you a payment plan. Click Shop Pay. Yes, please do, Miss Valencia. All right, thank you guys. This is Leela. I'm gonna tag you in it. Angel, I think you're in there. I mean, Red, I think you're in there. So I'll say to check that. And Angelique, you may be in there too. I'll go check that as well. Thank y'all for jumping on, and I'm gonna holler at you guys later, and we'll get this replay sent out for those who missed part of it.